Welcome back, everyone. If you're looking to book more discovery calls and clients, then you're in the right place. While it's easy to want to offer everything to everyone, you probably already know that I am a huge fan of having one offer and one signature program. So let's go ahead and jump right in to the 10 steps to create your signature program. The first step, as you might imagine, would be to identify your audience. Now, of course, if you're selling anything, then it makes sense that you should be clear who you're going to sell it to. Now, this pretty much comes down to two steps. Number one is researching your audience, because you probably think you know what their biggest fears are or concerns or objections or whatever it might be, but you won't know until you actually interact with them. And even if you don't interact, go into their Facebook groups, their Reddit forums, wherever else they hang out to get the real language of what their problems, their goals, their dreams are, and stuff like that. Then, after you know more about them, after you research them, then you want to get crystal clear on who your target is. For more on building your customer avatar, you can check my video here. The next step to create your signature program is to identify the problem you are solving or the transformation you're delivering. Now, keep in mind, people don't want information, they want transformation, which means they want to become a different person and have a clear end result. So if transformation sounds like too ambitious of a word, then just identify the specific problem you solve. The next step to create your signature program is to determine the milestones, roadmap, and time frame. This means that when it comes to where your prospects are now, point A, and point B, which is where they want to be, you want to set up milestones on how to get there and how you'll know you're making progress. In other words, you'll pretty much want to make a clear roadmap of how you will help them get to the outcome they're looking for. So if it's business related, maybe, the first 2 weeks we talk about this, then we talk about lead generation, then we talk about sales, then we talk about closing and following up, or whatever it might be. Or if you're like a health coach or something like that, then maybe first week is about nutrition, then it's about high intensity interval training, then it's about whatever else is involved with that. And maybe the most important factor when it comes to your roadmap is the time frame you set it in. Just remember that your clients, they aren't buying extra sessions, extra hours, extra calls, or whatever it might be. They are really just buying the transformation and the end result. So if you can help them get there in 1 month, that's fine. If it'll take 3 months, okay, or 6 months, whatever, but at least be clear. The next step to create your signature program is to establish your pricing and tiers. Now, when it comes to pricing, I'm generally a fan of charging on the higher end, which you can learn more about here. But the point is that selling a high-ticket product is actually not that much harder than selling a low-ticket product. In fact, in many ways, it's easier. The second part of this is to consider setting up tiers. Now, yes, I mentioned earlier that I am a fan of only having one offer, but you can offer multiple tiers within that single offer. Now, if you choose to go this route, then science has shown that people usually will pick the middle option when you give them 3 options. But anyway, one way or another, you want to give people the option to upgrade and maybe even to downgrade. The next step to creating your signature program is to create your irresistible offer. Now, I'm not exaggerating when I say that a single great offer can take a business from $0 to $100 million and more. But because they can be so powerful, keep in mind that creating offers is a bit more scientific than you may have been led to believe. Some great books on creating great offers include $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozy, The Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy, or The Irresistible Offer by Mark Joyner. Or of course, you could just watch my video here. Now, that was just the first half of this, but the second half of creating a great offer, once you create it on your own in your own brain, is to actually test it and put it out there in the world. Because you may think you have a great offer with all these great bonuses and a great guarantee and a great package and great offer and all of these fancy widgets included, but if you put it out there and nobody bites, then you do have to tailor and cater it to your audience. The next step to create your signature program is to set up an onboarding process and maybe a welcome packet. Now, I don't want to overload you with too many steps or make this sound too complicated, but the point is that once somebody hires you and hands over their money, you should have some sort of process set up for what happens afterward, such as the email that you sent to them, or some type of welcome packet, or some people even send like a gift basket in real life. So the point is that whatever you do after they become a client, you should have a set process of what happens after. The next step to create your signature program is to create support resources. This means that you should consider creating worksheets, workbooks, planners, calendars, video training, and anything else that you think might make your coaching them to get to their result easier. The next step to create your signature program is to name your program, tiers, and steps. The point is that properly naming parts of your program and business can actually make a huge difference. Now let's start at the top with naming your program itself. Now there's definitely a lot of naming strategy that you could use here, and actually I will be making a whole nother video soon about how to name things, but the point is that you generally want it to be memorable, to the point, maybe even describe what the results will be, maybe even identify who it's for, and other things like that. The next level down here is to name your tiers. So I mentioned a minute ago that you should have one offer, but probably offer it in multiple tiers. Now, I know some people might consider this a less important step, which is fair, but it can make a difference. So if you have 3 tiers, you could name them bronze, silver, gold, or gold, platinum, diamond, or beginner, expert, advanced, or whatever other analogy you can think of. And finally, you can also name your individual steps and processes. So keep in mind, you can name pretty much anything that you do. So how you create your lead magnets, or how you write emails, or how you write ads, or how you schedule ads, or your entire coaching process. The point is, you can name almost anything. I think Michael Masterson calls this neologizing, like where you give names to things that might seem normal. Like if you tie your shoes, you could probably name a special way that you do that because of the way you do it with your fingers, even though it seems kind of common. You can call these the blah, blah, blah framework, or method, or system, or anything like that. The next step to create your signature program is to build your funnel. Now, I know it might seem that we're getting ahead of ourselves here, but stick with me. Now, if you're not already familiar with what a funnel is, it's pretty much just the path that your audience takes from not knowing about you at all to becoming a client or customer. And your job, and the job of every business in the world, is to make that path as easy and seamless and streamlined as possible. This means that if somebody likes what you're about, it shouldn't be that difficult for them to take one of your offers. They shouldn't have to click through 7 website pages, or click through a bunch of links, or it shouldn't be hard to find you, or your number, or your email address, or anything like that. And of course, you can learn a lot more about building funnels in my video here. The next step to creating your signature program is to make offers and refine them. I know we talked earlier about creating and building your offer, but this step means you will actually need to put it out there in the world and give people a chance to say no or yes. Now, the more offers that you make or present to somebody who could say no, then the better off you will be, because you will have much more feedback, much more input, and you will have just more research to refine your offer and to improve it. And the most important step to creating your signature program is to hit the like button and subscribe below. If you learned something interesting today, it does help a lot. For more help booking discovery calls, creating your program, and getting clients, then book a free call with me below to find the biggest opportunities in your business. Well, that wraps us up for today. Thanks everyone for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one.